Hello, welcome to another Gundam Operation 2 video. That is the new suit, the Geara Zulu Angelo, or I'm going to call it the Angelo's Geara Zulu because it is a suit and it sounds really awkward trying to say Geara Zulu Angelo. But yeah, this is a new unicorn suit, and yeah, it's got it's pretty unique in some areas as a support. And there's some areas about it that I don't really like that much, but then we'll get into it. And wow, this thing doesn't have a lot of weapons. It only has 3, but it does have some pretty good skills, and the weapons are pretty decent from what they are, for what they are. There we go. Also, I hate stop to fire because I, for some reason, when you're zooming out of your little scope there, your stop to fire takes longer to fire. It's really stupid. But anyway. Yeah, we're going to go ahead. I think I mentioned it's a 600 support, and for your stats, you have 20,000 health, 20 ballistic resistance, 35 beam resistance, 17 melee resistance, 50 range strength, and 10 melee strength, 120 movement speed, 190 boost speed. You have 70 thruster gauge and 63 turning speed. You have 8 close range, 17 mid range, and 19 long range slots. And yeah, you can do some pretty decent builds with this. You're not going to get too crazy with your melee, but you can buff it up to do some pretty good damage because this thing does have a really nice set of melee damage. I don't know how that worked, but all right, got the counter. But yeah, you do have some pretty good melee damage on the suit as well. For me, I went for a more general buff. I buffed up my beam resistance. I buffed up my shield health, my range strength, and melee strength. I think you can do some other stuff, like you maybe give yourself some more thruster gauge for like a space build. I heard somebody said they included a turning speed option, so that way you can like turn around and just blast somebody in the face with your shotgun, so that can work too. Although I gotta say the 20 ballistic resistance is kind of low for a 600 support, but then I realized you're a support and there's not a whole lot of raids that have ballistic that are like super ballistic heavy, unless it's something like the Bawu, with the missiles. You might be scared of that, but for generals it's fine. But yeah, so pretty nice. Now for your weapons, again, you have 3 weapons. We'll start with your primary. You have Angelo's beam shot rifle, which is 320 damage per shot, or I should say per pellet, with 70% heat rate and 300 range. And yeah, it's a shotgun, and honestly, it's a pretty decent shotgun. It's almost as good as the Xeon shotgun that suits like the Ifrit use. The problem is that if you try, yeah, it has less stagger rate, so you're not gonna miss half your shots and still get a stun, unfortunately. But you can still miss a few of your shots and still get a stun, and it does have 300 range, so it still does a decent chunk of health at that range. Don't expect a stun though, because it does have a tight spread, but it does spread out like a shotgun, so you're not going to get a nice stun at max range. So you want to play a little bit more closer towards enemies. You want to help back up your teammates with that shotgun, get a nice stun, or right here just get some nice damage off with the shotgun blast. Or you can charge it, because the thing, you can charge this and it will shoot a solid beam, and it does penetrate, so that's really nice. And I believe that beam rifle, when you do charge it, I believe it gets 400 range, and you do get some pretty nasty damage with it as well. So yeah, pretty nice weapon. Next weapon here, your melee weapon, you have Angelo's Beam Hawk, which is 2,600 damage, and yeah, it's just the same moveset as the other Hawks in this game. Like the Zaku 2's Heat Hawk, or the regular Geara Zulu's Beam Hawk, almost a Beam Tomahawk. They just call it Hawk. So yeah, nothing else changes here for this suit. But since you're a support, you will do a lot of damage to generals when you do a downswing on them or a neutral swing, so that's pretty nice. And this thing does have balancers, which is pretty great. So if you get a stun with that shotgun, you can walk up and just do a quick whack on somebody. And now your final weapon. Again, 3 weapons. You have Angelo's Beam Machine Gun, which is 400 damage, 20 rounds, and 400 range. And with that, it's a beam machine gun. It takes, I believe, 4 or all 5 of the burst fire to stun somebody. Or you can charge it and get like a nice 2,000 damage on a charge. And if you do charge it, it will consume 5 shots, so be careful with that. Other than that, then yeah, you can just continue rapid firing somebody. Nice chipping health. Just be careful at this cost. There's a lot of suits with damage control, so you might not even get that stun when you do the all the burst fire. So be careful with that. Next you have the it says Geara Zulu. The Geara Zulu shield. It has 6,000 HP and it's considered a large size shield. And I think I praised the Geara Zulu shield last time for being it feels like an actual shield. Same thing with this suit. It feels even better because you're a support, and that means you can actually tank some raid shots. Yeah, raid hits. And it has saved my life a couple of times in matches, so that's pretty nice. So yeah, I'll continue that praise to this suit. Now for your skills, you have radar level 3, scope level 3, personnel radar level 2, which actually helped me out this match. You have data link, you have scouting device, which you have a shotgun, but you know, for when you charge it up, you know. Aerospace gimbal level 2, which I believe since it's level 2, you will get an extra 5 turning speed in space. No, that's impact level 2, my bad. Aerospace gimbal, you tilt further. You have balancers, which is really nice. Force injectors. Whoa, okay, we're getting a little bit. It's getting a little bit hot in here. A blast stabilizer. Oh my god! All right, blast stabilizer. And then back out on buffer level 3. Nice. That's 30% off on your back. It should be obvious what part is jutting out that's considered your back, and you'll take 30% less damage there. So yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice set of skills. And ones that do help out this suit in the close range, mid range category, because again you have that big old shotgun, and you have balancers to walk up to them, get some damage off, and blast stabilizers. So when you do kill them, you don't get stunned. So nice. Now that's it for the Geara Zulu, or Angelo's Geara Zulu, and I gotta say it's a pretty decent support, but there's a big but here, and I cannot lie. That's so fucking bad, I'm sorry. The Geara Zulu, as I said, it does have 3 weapons, so if you exhaust, actually no, technically 2 for range weapons, right? If you exhaust 2 of those weapons, then you're shit out of luck. So good luck trying to fight somebody when you exhaust those. This suit is handmade. It's almost just perfectly crafted to help in a 2v1 situation with a general. And it does help that, or a raid as well. Yes, you saw right there. I helped out my Bjarlent custom that match. Somebody does a dodge roll, you blast him with the shotgun, going for your melee, you help your teammate double team, or like right here, we just combine our range strength to stun this the support over and over and over again. He couldn't move until he tackled, but then he's gonna die afterwards. So you definitely have some very useful things about this suit. But it does have the typical support problems. You don't have any way of... I'm not going to say you don't have self-defense, because, again, the shotgun, it actually does a pretty good job at stunning people. I have used it to shoot Bjarlent customs out of the sky. That's really good. And if somehow you don't get a stun, combine it with your particle cannon, and hey, we won. Nice. Top damage over 111k or 112k. And I believe I'm going to praise the Bjarlent and the, I can't remember his name, so call him Tri-Blade Boy. And hey, 3rd place, 3-2, nice. And yeah, that is the Geara Zulu, or Angelo's Geara Zulu. And yeah, back to what I was saying, you can combine it with the beam machine gun to get a stun accumulation and shoot the Bjarlent out of the sky. So yeah, the Geara Zulu, all in all, it's a decent suit. I think it's pretty good. This match here was almost a perfect example of just how to use the suit. Use it to help. Again, I'm not the best player in the world, so there's a few moments where I wasn't doing the right thing, but you can use it to combine with your teammates, just to lay up that pressure on people. Just keep getting the stuns off, or add more damage to somebody, just to make sure, just whittle them down. And of course, the beam shotgun does chunk health a lot. Over 300k. What the fuck does that mean? Over 3,000. Damage on a nice meat chunk, sometimes 4,000 depending on how many pellets hit. It's kind of funny that this is I believe I heard from a lot of people this is technically the Sazabi's shotgun. It's modified and it's way better than the Sazabi's shotgun. But yeah. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want. I'd really appreciate it. And, you know, type up in the comment section how you feel about the Geara, or I keep wanting to say Geara Zulu, just straight up Geara Zulu, but it's Angelo's Geara Zulu. Again, it feels really awkward just to say Geara Zulu Angelo. But, yeah, I think it's a good suit, but, as we mentioned before, it's very limited on weapons, and it can be pretty easy to run up on if you know, it's a pretty wide body support, you know, with that backpack it has on. So it's got typical support problems, but it does have options. You just have to be very careful how you approach the enemy. Make sure you have a teammate. You don't want to be soloing anybody with this suit unless you're really confident. Like I believe there was a match I did where I straight up bullied a Dovenwolf. Shoot the motherfucking Dovenwolf and then go for the melee, since the Dovenwolf has lower melee resistances, and yeah, do a lot of damage on him. Oh, I forgot to mention there is one more weapon this suit has, and that is you can actually switch out the beam shot rifle for the large Bruno gun, Kai, but unfortunately I don't have that weapon, and has really low percentage in the gacha, so that's gonna be I'm not good at finding weapons in the gacha. It took me forever to get the new Gundam bazooka. So the Bruno gun Kai, though, it does heavy stagger from what I saw of it, and it does penetrate multiple targets. It's like the Unit 4 BST beam rifle, the large beam rifle cannon, whichever you want to call it, the mega launcher, or, you know, like the Dovin's mega launcher. It does penetrate through multiple targets and does a heavy stagger, so we'll see how that is. Yep, that'll be it. Bye.